So I think that today, right now in the world, there are lots of stuff going on. And I think one of the things that I want to think about is, or have been thinking about, is change and how important it is to embrace it and move through it, even with the hard stuff. So today, I actually want to draw a fun butterfly with you all. Super easy. We're only going to do like a half of a wing because now Google wants to talk to me. Oh, babe, are you playing something? Oh, random speaker playing here. So we're gonna do a half a butterfly because that's a little bit easier than trying to do a full butterfly because it's really hard to get the wings even. And so maybe in a subsequent a next video some way down, I will show you all how to. I'm gonna back up some because I feel like I'm like in the screen. I'm gonna show you all how to do a full butterfly and how to measure the wings out. I even have trouble with it sometimes too. So if you do already are amazing and know how to make the full on butterfly, that's awesome. Help me. Okay. So in here, I am going to draw, I'm going to grab my marker only because so that you all can see it. You can do yours in pencil first if you want, and then go over it in pen. And if you're using in paint, if you're deciding you want to go in straight with paint, my suggestion, and you can do whatever you feel like, I would go in with yellow paint first because yellow is really easy to cover up. And then painting is a little bit different. So when you go in with paint, you want to do your outlines last. And when you draw, at least for me, I do my outlines first and then I color in like a coloring book, but you might decide to do something different. Okay. So right in here, we're going to start our butterfly kind of on the corner of this side of the page here. You can have your paper turned up this way. You can have it sideways, whatever have you. It's perfectly fine. I'm going to show you all the picture that inspired this drawing so that you know what we're kind of referencing. And hopefully you have the other thing I didn't mention was your snack or your beverage for your adults, maybe your adult beverage. Shout out to you adults who have been homeschooling for the last, week and a half. You're amazing. We are amazing. Okay, so this is our inspiration. And we're only going to do about half of it. Okay, so remember that one's in paint. Okay, so remember the number one rule in at Peace Arts that I have traveled from or received from Raw Artworks is no mistakes, just art. So whatever you do, don't worry about making a mistake. Oh yes, Alice, you all have one of those that I painted. That's right. Okay, so don't worry about making mistakes. Make sure you're breathing and let's have fun. Okay, in a little bit, I'll put some music on as we're coloring so you can do just that and relax a little bit. All right, so first we're gonna go ahead and, I think my paper's crooked. Straight paper's overrated apparently too. Okay, we're just gonna come right in here. I'm gonna try to not block my hand. Hopefully you guys can see this. Or is it better on this side? Maybe it's better on this side because I think my hand's not blocking it. Sorry. So right in here, we're gonna come right in here. We're gonna make like a half an oval. Okay. So kind of in the middle of the page, we're gonna come right in here, almost like a half a smiley face. Watch this marker not be, okay, never mind. Let me not be negative. Right here. And we're gonna come, it's almost in the middle of the page. I'm just making it a little darker for you guys. Tell me, I'm gonna get my bigger Sharpie here. I wanna make sure y'all can see it. Okay. Are y'all able to see that line? If not, let me make it darker.
I can see it.
You can see it? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so you got a line there. That's the body of our butterfly, okay, so far, just the body part. And butterflies, at least from what I know, don't really have technically heads, but we're going to give it a little bit of a head. So like a half a circle right here on the same. So right where the curve is, we're just going to make a little half a circle. So super simple. Okay, and for you artists on here, we're all artists now. Welcome to the Artist Club. And for you artists who have been practicing for some years now, if your butterfly is a lot more extravagant, go for it. If you've already drawn a butterfly and you know what to do, have at it. Don't feel like you have to follow me exactly. Make sure you're breathing. I'm still like panting from dancing. I'm out of shape. She needs to get it together. All right, so now that we only have one half of the butterfly, of course our butterfly needs an antenna. So we're gonna put the antenna on. So that is kind of just a curved line, not like yours might curve a little bit more. Yours might actually curl kind of like this. Why not, right? Like a really curly antenna, which is perfectly fine, right? So I'm gonna come a little bit over on the side of the paper. I'm gonna come up and just a little bit over. And if you want it to really swirl, then go ahead and let it swirl around like that. Okay. I'm gonna bring this light over more. I want some more light on us. And just so you all know, I do have on my apron and my chucks, just like I promised. Because I'm going to a paint party in the house. Okay. It's a house paint party. Yeah. Okay. Oh, did we lose Jill? Okay. So now we have our antenna. Let's take our pencil or our marker or whatever you're using. We're just going to put a tiny little circle there on the tip. Okay. Little circle there, right on the tip of the butterfly. Make sure you're breathing. If you haven't yet, yay, you have on your chucks. I know next time you guys join, if you have chucks, you should wear your chucks or any red shoes. It's the red shoe movement up in here. All right. Alice is saying she has on her chucks. Okay. All right. So right in here, we've got, now our butterfly has a body, it's got a head, and it has an antenna. So now we're going to put on my favorite thing, which is the wings. So the best part about doing the wings this way and only doing half is that you don't really have to worry about it being even, and you can make them kind of as wild and crazy as you want, as long as you have 2 wings. Okay. So, and yeah, you may have 3 wings. Why not? Okay. So you're going to come a little bit kind of like at the middle of the head. So my head is right here. I'm going to, like, you can make a dot right at the middle. So mine would be like right, it's really small, right? Right now it looks like this little thing is sneaking onto the page. It's funny. All right, that cracked me up. So right in here, you have this right here in the middle of the head, and we're going to come out with these wings. These wings are going to be like wings of amazingness. Like, this is like major change, I'm coming out of my cocoon. I'm amazing and beautiful, and let's do this. Okay. So when you make your wings, don't think small. You got all this paper space to take up. Okay. So you don't have to go all the way over if you don't feel like it, but I want some nice big wings. And then when we're done, when you all are done with your masterpieces, you can send them to me or email them to me. And if you want, I can show the world what you did, because you're about to do some amazingness right now. Okay. So coming from the head, we're going to come out. Some nice, huge, big wings. You can make curves in there if you want. 1 wing, and then it's going to come back in. Nice and huge. Okay, make sure you're breathing. And then, once you got that nice, huge, big wing, I can even get fancy, like if I really wanted to get bigger, right? I could come from here and even expand it a little bit more, because sometimes I think it's the mock butterflies. Is that real? Mock butterflies, I think. They have like black on the outside and dots and stuff like that. So we could go even bigger if you were like, oh, my wing's too small. No, we can go bigger. So we can come right from that kind of the edge here and just expand that out even more, which will give you an even bigger wing. That's if you want to do that. You don't have to, but you can. Okay. So now I have an even bigger wing, and I'll use this and add some different designs in there. I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. A lot of times the bottom wing is a little bit smaller than the top wing. You can decide maybe if your wing is fancy, it's going to go off the page because your butterfly is just that amazing and beautiful, or you can just make a smaller wing down here. So I'm going to start at the line where the first wing ended, and I'm going to come out a little bit. I'm going to follow that line about halfway. And then I'm going to droop down. I'm going to curve a little bit. My paper is coming off the wall. Fix that, my washi tape. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it back in. And I want to bring it in so that it comes in before I get to the tail. Okay. Now, if you realize that your tail is not long enough, we have a secret for that. We'll extend it, right? There's always a way to fix something. So you can go down here, because I think I want my body to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to go down here and I'm just going to put some small half ovals down here, like 4 of them. And I'll bring you all closer in so you can see that, because that's harder to see. So I'll bring you in close. You can see right there where I kind of added those small circles in. You can do that. You can do it whether you think your tail is too short or if you just want to do it because you like it. Okay. Okay. You all are focused and doing amazing. Yes, yes, yes. I can't wait to see your butterflies. All right. And then if we want again, now right here, I'm at the bottom of the page, right? So it's a little bit harder if I wanted to add something on, but I can definitely add on and go off of the page if I want to, or I can stay inside of the page, inside of the wing, excuse me. I can stay inside of the wing and make that same design, or I don't have to. Like, that's the best part about your butterfly is you make it the way you want to make it. So I'm going to come around. I'm going to decide my wing is so big that it's just coming right off the page. So I'm going to draw. Y'all, if you're working on the wall, don't draw on the wall. I'm drawing on a piece of paper that I have behind on the wall. I don't want you, for kids, I don't want your parents being mad at me. Okay. So we now have our butterfly out here in the open, ready for its change, ready for whatever change is going to come, and beautiful in that space, right? So once we have our 2 wings, we can now start to add in some designs in here, which is one of my favorite parts, okay? What I want you to think about as you're adding your designs inside of the butterfly. For the littles that I have on here, you can think about what you love and put it inside of your butterfly. What are the things you love? And ask your parents to help you write it if you need help writing it. But for us adults and teens on here, what are the things that you want to see change in the world? What do you want to see change for the better? Maybe some of those words we can write on the outside of our butterfly. So while we're designing inside, we're going to think about what things we want to see change, what things we want to see metamorph. Morph. I don't know what that word is. I want to make it really complicated, and it's probably not that, right? So you can think about whatever designs you want to put. You can also decide you want to put a cloud out here. Why not, right? Maybe you decide, I want a cloud. Let's do a cloud. Why not? So a cloud is I like to think of it as upside down. Smiley faces are on the top and smiley faces are on the bottom. And you want to make the different cloud sizes. You want to make the U shapes different cloud sizes. So if I have one here, I can go bigger here and then smaller, right? See how I have all those different sizes? And my cloud is fancy, it's going off the side of the page. Okay, just like at paint parties, we go off the side of the canvas. And so then on the bottom, you want to move down a little bit, and then you'll do smiley faces at the bottom, because we're deciding on the fly And we're going to add clouds. The best part about painting and drawing, drawing is what we're doing now, unless you're painting, is you can decide, I don't want a cloud, or I do want a cloud. That's the best part about it, right? This would make an amazing coloring page. Like y'all just created your own coloring page. Okay. So now right in here, you guys are looking at the other side of my studio. Okay, right in here, now we're going to start to add designs. So you can do whatever designs you want. You want to do stars, you want to do circles, you want to do teardrops, right? Whatever. I like teardrops. I like for them to come from in here by the butterfly. So let's say I add a teardrop in here. So a teardrop kind of comes out and then goes back in, right? I could have a teardrop. Maybe I have 3 or 4 teardrops. You can do yours however you want. You do not have to copy what mine is. I'd love to see what amazingness you come up with. We're so unique that we all have, even though we're all drawing the same thing, we will all have something different. They'll all look different because our blood pump's different. We're different. So it makes us amazing. So in here now, I think I want to put some circles at the end of these. So I can come in here and maybe do some circles. Sometimes my circles look like eggs. I'm going with it. Whatever. Okay, you can have different size circles. So let's do a big circle here. Right? I can get really crazy and do some zigzags in here, like whatever works for you. I was feeling some triangles. Right? And whatever comes to you, you might be like, why would I do that? But if it comes to you, let it come through. It wants to be on the page, so let it do it. Okay? So what I'm going to do, and then you would do the same thing on your bottom wing. Okay? So you can decide, my bottom wing will also have the teardrops. Maybe you just have one teardrop here. Right? And maybe another one outside. Make sure you're breathing. I know sometimes we forget to breathe when we're anxious. I know you all are doing great. You're so quiet. Okay. And then let's say I'm going to put some half circles out here. Right? I can just play and I can keep adding different elements and different designs that I want to have on here. Right? That looks like shark teeth or temples, like the Egyptian pyramids or something. I don't know, right? We're just playing. And the best part is, if you're working in pencil, of course you can erase it, or you can decide, I don't like that, and change it into something else. So now that you have your butterfly in here, what I'm gonna do is, now you have a little bit of like, I want you to just relax and draw, so, or color. So what I'm gonna do is put some music on, some chill music, and then you can go ahead, and if you were using a pencil before, you can use your marker to start to mark out your design. So what you would want to do if you're changing over to marker to make your lines bolder is you could either color it in first and then go over it with marker, or you can go over it with marker now. You just have to be really careful when you start to erase, because if your marker is still wet, it'll smudge, which I sometimes like smudging, but if you don't want it to smudge, then you just want to be careful that you're not, that you wait for the marker to dry before you start to color. So right now you're designing still. I'm going to put some music on. Once you get your design done and you decide to marker it, you can then erase those lines and then start to color. And the whole time we're coloring, we're thinking, what are the things in the world we want to change? Or it could be, what do you want to, what would it look like if things were changed already? right? So things maybe like more togetherness or more Zooms, more drawing, more butterflies, more bees, whatever that is, right? So I'll give you a little bit of time. We have plenty of time to just color and ink in your piece, okay? Words, why you will. It's time for us to be for real. You'll be stuck on the ground until you finally break the shell. I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Yeah. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. All light. Yeah. All light. I am 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 divinity defined. I am the God inside. I am a star, a piece of it all.
I believe in open doors, taking off the screen. I'm ready to let the world come inside and touch my life. I will no longer be defined by what someone else believes that I am. Now that I have dropped the weight, I am light as a feather. It's time to elevate. Sober eyes, lift your eyes, spread your wings. This is the moment of your life. Go ahead and fly. I believe in open doors. I'm outside of the box. What did not demolish me simply polished me. Now the clearer I can see, I know where I wanna go. I am living in the flow. And now that I am dropped away, I am light as a feather. It's time to elevate. Sober eyes, lift your eyes, spread your wings, and fly. This is the moment. I'm ready to let the world come inside and touch my life. I will no longer be defined what someone else believes that I am. Now that I've dropped the weight, I am light as a feather. It's time to elevate. Sober eyes, lift your eyes, spread your wings, and fly. This is the moment of your life. Go ahead and fly. I believe in open doors. I'm outside of the box. What did not demolish me simply polished me. Now the clearer I can see, I know where I wanna go. I am living in the flow. And now that I'm dropped away, I am light as a feather. It's time to elevate. Sober eyes, lift your eyes, spread your wings, and fly. This is the moment You know about the sunrise. We had a new day to pray. About the when they ask how you sing all day, when they ask why you dance, you say, how you know that it'll be okay. Tell them that it's human
You're probably still working on your masterpieces, and you don't have to be done. What we can do, so this group is kind of like gauging, because I don't know how long these things take. So I felt like an hour was a good stretch of time. If you all feel like, Kyia, we need another half an hour for the next one, let me know. Because I could color all day. Or if you feel like, no, an hour is good. So I want for this group to work for you all. You're the first, what do they call them? The early adopters. So this group is for you as much as it is for me, so that I can be consistently creating and that I can be consistently seeing my peeps. So, because I miss just being out and being creative with everybody. So definitely, put it in the chat or text me or inbox me or whatever. to let me know whatever you think could be helpful for the next time, and that stuff. So what I want to invite us to do, since it's 9:25, because we have 5 more minutes, is as you were coloring, I hope you got relaxed and just like, oh, I hope you weren't stressed out. I hope, Janelle, that you were breathing. Janelle's my favorite non-breather. I love you. But I want to invite you to put your words in, or maybe you just have one word of what it would look like if things were changed and beautiful, like your butterfly. And you can put in words like whatever works for you. It doesn't have to be in your butterfly. You don't have to do them at all. You can put it on the back. Maybe you're like, my butterfly is too beautiful. We're not putting any words on here, right? But I invite you to write a word or 2 or 3 on your butterfly. The word that's coming to me first is togetherness. I like that word. So I think I'm going to put the togetherness right inside of my cloud, or actually on the outside of my cloud. Togetherness. That is what I want to see more of. If I could change things and the world would change, that's one of the things I would want to see. And as always, laughter is the other one. As we're on here more, you all will realize that if you know me already, you already know this. I likes to laugh. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Okay. So you can write in your words and you can finish. I definitely encourage you to keep working on your butterfly. You can put some music on and work on it. If you're like, oh, I'm stuck, I don't know what I want to do or where I want to go next, or I need to get some colored pencils or some markers. Just so you all know, the ones I'm using are called Tombow. You can get them at, you can order them from Michael's or Blick or whatever. And they have like a wide end like this, and then they have a smaller like writing end like this. So if you're looking for something like that for our next sessions, I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but I play with these a lot. So you can look for those. I can give you a link if you let me know you need it. If you want some markers or whatever you have. And so, what's I gonna say? I hope you all have fun. I hope you feel like a lot better. So if you do want to, so yes, I invite you to finish. Please send me your pictures if you feel so inclined to. You can post it. Tell somebody you had a great time. I hope you did. If you didn't, tell me how I can make it more fun or make it more relaxing, as well as, what was I going to say? Something I was going to say. Share it with those. That's what I was going to say. Yes, share it. So let people know, like, I had so much fun. You should do this. And that's just for them to come and relax. You know, if you know somebody's like going through the stress, going through emotions, they don't need to be artists. They just need to come and be in this space with us together, listen to some music, have some fun. Mr. At Peace will probably come and DJ every now and then, so we'll get our own little dance party. And again, you can block your camera if you need to. Bring the kids in the room, block the camera if you don't want them seen, and dance. I want you to dance. Dancing takes so much like weight off, right? And then if you had a great time and you decide, I'm doing this because Ludwig asked me, if you do want to donate, throw a tip or whatever, you can. These are always be free, but if you want to throw something in there, it's either Cash App or Venmo under At Peace Arts, the word at, the word peace, the word arts, like peace on earth, and arts with an S. But these will always be free. We're hanging out, we're playing. If you do want to join a paint party, online paint party, I will send out details for those, where that's an actual structured 2-hour, we're going to draw this masterpiece online together. Same vibe, except a lot longer, or a little bit longer, not a lot longer, I only make it sound like that. A little bit longer, and a structured masterpiece, and you're just like a paint party, we'll just do it online. So I'll send you all that information as well. So seriously, thank you all so much. But thank you for bringing your light, your amazingness, your creativity, your courage to jump on here. I appreciate you so, so, so much. And I cannot wait to see you guys again, hopefully on Friday. All right. So sending you so much love, laughter, and peace until next time. Bye.